Ian
Fuck that
volunteered to go
bitch.
last for compliment wrap up this week. He's gonna do one for everybody. It's gonna be great.
Don't be like Ian. Take care of your physical and mental health and go to bed when you're
So
tired.
sleepy.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if I can make this any more clear than I have in the past, but take the fuck care of yourselves before you play D&D. It's a goddamn game, and it's nowhere near important as your physical or mental health. So take care of yourself first, real life first, always. That's the priority.
I'm sorry.
What
You're
if
fine.
D&D is the medicine that I need?
I love this game.
Ian,
I
give your
love it
compliments
so
and go to
much.
bed.
Excellent. I want to compliment Zach because I think that it takes a lot of balls and a lot of gumption to switch between characters a lot and kind of come to the reconciliation of something that may or may not be working in a party dynamic, even if like Zykor was a great character and he was a wonderful foil to us and specifically to me. Like I really struggled to sort of bash heads with Zykor because he brought up a lot of really valid criticisms of me and my character and what Tapartos was doing. And while it was hard, it really sort of brought a lot of clarity and depth to that character. And I really appreciate that. And at the same time, I'm so grateful to have Tumult back because while he's also kind of an ass, like I love him. I didn't love Zykor. Like Tapartos didn't love Zykor. I loved Zykor. But Tapartos really loves Tumult, and I feel like that having that perspective there is something that I'm very excited to explore that relationship with. And watching him grow and become even more powerful is really exciting, both to me and to Tapartos, who sees him now as a drastically more valuable ally. As for myself, I really enjoyed my times with Princess Pony. I thought that it was tender and sweet and I Tapartos has his own thing with the Toon people, and I don't know where it came from, but for some reason he finds them physically repulsive. But the love he has shown for his pony is never ending. And while done for humor, I'm very happy that Tapartos is going to be a grandpa, and especially that he's going to be a grandpa with Garagak. That fills me with joy, and I'm happy about that. I'm going to bounce it over to Dakota.
Okay.
Ian, go to bed.
Want to hear the compliments.
Okay, that's fair.
If I
For
fall
someone
asleep,
else,
it's fine. Just kick me off the Zoom meeting.
We'll just leave you there.
It's a comfy couch.
Do it up, Coda.
yeah, I was gonna give my compliment to Devin because we got a random power core, and I was like, cool, that'll be important later, I guess. And Devin's like, I'm gonna shove it on fucking everything. I'm gonna duct tape this bitch to a wand, see if it amplifies that shit. I'm gonna try to shove it up a skeleton's ass. I'm like, okay, and then it's working. It's the big thing. It's actually doing something. And it's just awesome. So I love that you just thought of that. And then for myself, I tried to shove Dandy Basher in my body really hard. I'm still not fully giving up on that.
I was 100% convinced both times you started that conversation that you were straight up going to sit on that sumbitch and just hope for the best.
Yeah, the first time I was gonna do that, but then I was like, I don't know how big it is. So then I went with the hand thing, and then it was like, we're gonna get it, and I was like, I'm getting this motherfucker in there. But they're like, it's 6 foot long. I'm like, holy shit, that's so big. There's no way. Shrink
There's
it.
so many jokes I can make right now that it's just not even worth trying for the plethora that we've got.
That attitude right there is why everybody feels like I don't give DM inspiration anymore.
I mean, I try, but I'm never getting a DM inspiration for the rest of this campaign.
Yeah, Mr. Gone through 4 characters.
No,
True.
it's 3.
Yeah, it's 4
He's back
now.
at the best one. It's fine.
Just one twice. Coda, who are you bouncing it
One
to?
of them I just didn't.
Now
Yeah.
I'll bounce it to Rob since he's back and not
Yeah.
busy.
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
She
You're good.
just got
You're
home
good.
from work.
Oh no, so late.
Yeah, late flights.
Yeah.
She had to deal with late flights.
That's fair.
Oof.
outside of my normal compliment for our DM Alex, because this is amazing and makes us feel our feelings. Um, and it's a wonderful world, and it's a delight to play, and it's just a delight to play with everyone. There's so much to compliment. It's just trying to figure out who. You know what, Ian? I'm going to compliment you today. You were kind of thrown into a craziness. You found out you were going to be a grandpa,
Yeah.
and we had a lot of fun with that role play. And it looked like you had a lot of fun with that role play. And I'm going to compliment your role playing in this episode because it was great. And thank you for that.
Thank you.
For myself, I was on a tear today. I had a couple of one-liners and a couple of jokes that just were priceless. So I'm going to compliment myself on my comedic timing tonight. I think I did pretty good with it. And I'm going to throw it to Devin.
So to Portos and even to Mold, like just kind of Tumult with the whole changing of Daiko to Tumult, I think it did really good on like actually changing the personality and getting that new roleplay in. It felt just like Tumult again, and that was awesome. It was a seamless transition, and it felt really cool. And then the whole thing to like showing you on the spells, to Portos being, coming from that traffic and you being obviously exhausted and then just being able to jump into it, you still did awesome. It was so Portos. I loved it. And then a nook with like in game, I really liked how you like made sure to have that last bit of talk with the plants themselves and say, "Hey, it's gonna be okay. Do you like it here? And we're gonna get you friends and everything." I thought that was really sweet and awesome. Yeah, just for everybody. I mean, Alex, you're always doing really good with all these neat ideas you throw at us, and it's such a unique experience. And I know I'm still pretty new at D&D, but like going to and from work with this hour drive I have now, I like start to listen to like different like lore and stuff, and like just the stuff that they throw at us is really unique, and I really enjoy it because it makes it. Though I try my best not to metagame, like the way that you approach stuff at us makes it impossible to metagame anyway, and it's just really cool. Like it's awesome. I love it. And yeah, for myself, I think just the whole like Eric said with the battery, like I was given this thing, I don't know what it does. I'm just gonna experiment with it. I'm gonna shove it into a skeleton, see what happens. I'm gonna try to attach it to a wand to blow up, and then just Ilya's like constant curiosity with she's still young and she wants to just experiment with like different spells and stuff. And yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good with that. Let's bounce it over to Zach.
Yay. For other people, I definitely have to give it to Devin and Dash for the little RP sessions we have. Just knowing that Ileana's curiosity for magic is literally probably past mine at this point. And it's like, hey, look. Yeah. Just showing them every little thing that I can do differently now, and so they could possibly, if they wanted to study it for themselves, to impart that wisdom because it was imparted upon me, and just trying to get used to having spells again, and not just I pull an arrow and I shoot it. I pull an arrow and I shoot it. Kind of play style, which is hilarious because Tumult does have braces of archery and a +2 longbow, so I could literally just go right back to that. I would say the RP sessions was really fun to switch back. So also sorry to everyone if I forced myself into some things where you wanted to say stuff. It was more so like I had to really change and like think about it and just kind of like get it back.
You did great, bud.
And to those watching at home, by the time you see this, you would have already made your opinions on Zykor. Let me know down below. He may or may not come back later if something really does happen to Tumult, since he's an established character. I'm not going to forcefully bring him back. Tumult physically has to be erased from existence at this point for me to change again. At the time, I thought it was right.
Who knows?
And everything. But, after a long week of talking with the party, it just seemed like the right thing to do. So I apologize. He was only here for a short time. If you liked him, probably didn't. I didn't like him with this party in per se. Because he was like as Alex put it best in one of our sessions, it was he's the Adventurers League character and everyone else is the homebrew party. So it was a little bit of a rough mesh. And I think with time it would have got a lot better, but it just was better to bring back my already established character. So yeah. So I'll pass over to Dash. I think I covered everything today.
I notice I go last very often. I'm gonna give a couple of shout outs. Coda, you're so fucking clever. You just do wild shit, and I have like no idea what to expect at any point in time. Just your face the second it was like separate him from Dandy Basher. You leaned forward, you're like, oh no, I gotta figure out how to not fucking let that happen. No, no. It was just so good. And also to Devin. Our little like roleplay things always make me so happy. Cause like Ileana and Lysander are some of the closest pair in this group, just by nature of like having slightly more time. And I think Ileana's like heart to heart was the only one that actually hit home to a certain degree. Because Lysander's had that same conversation with so many different people, but it's almost different coming from like a completely seemingly innocent, fresh person being like, no, we all fuck up. I'm probably gonna explode, but like, I'm not gonna learn if I don't. And I was just like, oh, damn it. All right. Cool. So it was like nice to have that moment of like, yes, that is probably the fifth time Lysander's had that exact same speech, but it hit a little different. So it's like, no, all right, cool. So it's nice to see that character like have that character growth forced per se, just by like the correct person saying the correct words and being like, oh, yep, okay, now I gotta lean into it more. For Lysander, I don't know. This session especially hit different. Alex and I have kind of been talking a little bit on the back burner about just like I'm super fascinated with Olan. I think it'd be really cool to have like this kind of relationship thing happen, and we kind of like set it aside a little bit because it didn't come to the forefront really. But I dragged him kicking and screaming and almost killed him for it. So now I feel bad, but I think like with this session of having kind of that more heart to heart and like even playing into the self-sacrifice thing a little bit of like, well, if I die, I die, it's fine. But having it like immediately thrown in his face of like, it's not fucking fine is just like an interesting set of moments for Lysander to kind of grow from. And I'm interested to see how the next couple of sessions go for that.
All right, you're going to keep it brief tonight, right?
Yeah.
No promises. I will keep Ian here for eternity, listening to me compliment people. I will reach deep into the bowels of hell to pull forth the most voluptuous of praises to pour upon mine friends and comrades in arms.
Mr. Buttons, when did you get here?
Oh yeah, shout out to Mr. Buttons.
Yes,
Compliments.
I would love.
I love my little favorite
I'll do
sheep.
all my compliments to Mr. Buttons. Don't you fucking stop me.
No,
The
no.
fucking sheep, man. I love it.
Spoiler alert, that's who's been spying on us and about to kill us.
Well, that's way smarter than what I did.
Button's been around since Dandyland, so it's been a long time.
No, I have lots to say. I'm gonna do Ian last because I think it's funny that way. Yeah, you go back to sleep, buddy. It's okay.
Okay, that's fine. Just yell really loud when you need me.
I will.
Ian, we love you.
I know.
Coda, you there. I have never met someone like you. And I mean that in the absolute best of ways. I've met very creative people. I've met very intelligent people. I have met very clever and humorous people. I have never met someone who exemplifies all of those things at once like you. I have watched you grow for a full year as a D&D player, as a person, as a friend. And I am so incredibly fucking proud of you. Today you came out and you were doing D&D shit. You were asking questions about abilities that you weren't quite sure how they worked. You were trying to come up with creative options to fix things. You were jumping into roleplay without being prompted or dragged. You were on fire. I am so fucking proud of you, bud. And by the time that, I hope it's a long time off, I really do, but like by the time that the show ends, any person who DMs for you is going to be so incredibly lucky to have had the opportunity to have you as a player, because I know that I feel absolutely blessed every time that I get to sit at this computer and play D&D with you. So thank you so much for being who you are and bringing what you do to the table.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Rob, you you feel the energy that I give off in such an extreme way, and you are like the world's greatest hype man for vibes. Uh you can cling to anything anybody else is feeling, just the energies they have, and you will just mold to it and adapt to it and keep their energy going. And it makes for really good role play. It makes for really good combat sequences. It makes for just an extremely entertaining and fun time playing D&D. And I think that's something that not a lot of people get credit for, is the ability just to be the energy hype man, to be the person that's just supporting other people and the choices they're making and the things they're doing and just trying to be there for them. And you do that extremely well. And I wanted to point that out today because it's not something I think it's one of the few things about how you play D&D I haven't pointed out thus far. But it was absolutely wonderful every time. Thank you. Dash. It was incredibly fun for me to play with your emotions today.
Big bullet.
It sounds mean. I know. I'm a cruel bastard for it. But no, we do talk. We talk all the time. We live together. We talk about the game all the time. We talk about the show all the time. We talk about role playing in general all the time. And having those side conversations and being able to do things, I've always found it's an entertaining plot device to use romance with a character or an NPC or player and player romances and things like that. It's entertaining. I get why people do it. But I think that the way that we've kind of handled your and Olan's relationship is different than that. And I think it's going to be equally as entertaining. And that was all you. You came up with the idea, you came up with the concept. It was your idea to keep it kind of on the back burner thing of this not full forward fronting, full make that the priority of things, make that this whole thing. And that idea that you had led to this really, really, really cool moment tonight that was awesome. And it got like player reactions. I know it's going to get fan reactions, all of those things, because that's how relationships work, right? Like that's how it would be in the real world, was you could be sitting with your friends. They could have, they could get a new partner or whatever. They could start a relationship and they're not necessarily going to know every detail about it. And I think we brought that level of realism to what happened today. And it made for probably the most impactful thing that's happened on the show. Well, one of a couple that are mentionable. And that's all you. That's all your creative brain. That was all on you. And I cannot take credit for what happened because it was your idea. And I think everyone at home needs to know that. I think the rest of the players need to know that. Like, that is just your brain and how it works. And that is you being a storyteller. And I applaud you.
Oh, so now it's my fault if it's the barrier case trope.
Yeah. See what I did? See what I did there? It's not my fault. Don't get in the comments of me, get in the comments of Dash. I'll still respond probably with fair.
I'm gonna be so sad. There's a lot of things that could have easily made me cry. If you kill my fantasy boyfriend, that probably will be the one.
No, we'll make it. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. Devin, you have consistently been growing with Ileana, and all of us have been pointing it out a lot because it's true. I think this was the most you've thrown yourself into the roleplay moments. I think this is the most that we've seen Ileana come out of her shell and do these things. And I think it really started to shine when everything with Lysander started to happen, because your focus immediately went from, well, I'm doing this training and doing this thing, to no, I'm going to figure out how to save my friend. I'm going to do this thing. And I think all of us here and all of us that are watching at home understand why and where that drive comes from. But you didn't have to say it. You played your character. You performed extremely well tonight. And I love this side of Ileana, and I love this side of you as a D&D player. You are really good at this, and I would love to see it come out of you more often because it's never, ever a disappointment. So please keep this up. I loved playing with you tonight. I always do, but the role play specific tonight was just so on fire that I had to bring it up and compliment you for it. Zach. Ian. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, he didn't even move.
Nope, he's toast. Zach, you did something today that I can only express is one of the most challenging things in D&D. And it's not something that players get to deal with very often. It's a thing DMs deal with all the fucking time. You had an instantaneous character swap where you had to roleplay as a totally separate person at the drop of a hat. And you fucking crushed it. I fail at that all the damn time.
It's hard.
It's hard. And you did it flawlessly. You could feel the change in you from when Zykor and Tumult swapped places.
I'm out.
You played that
Hey
character.
guys, how you doing?
Exactly. The personality shifted, the role play shifted, your body language playing the characters shifted. You fully shifted the character that you were embodying, and that is something that is incredibly difficult to do that you did to perfection. And as much as I give you shit for it, I agree with you that this was the right call. Because you could see the vast difference in the amount of joy in your eyes when Tumult came back.
Dude.
You're having fun again.
And I know you enjoyed Zykor as a character. It's a fun concept, as those things. I'm not saying you didn't. But it was very clear that that party tension was straining on you as a player. And when Tumult came back, it was like you could see the weights being lifted off your shoulder. And you were just going. And it was amazing. I cannot compliment you enough for your role play and everything you did tonight. Extremely well done, my friend. Extremely well done. Yeah.
Ian.
Oh, buddy.
I'm
This
in
is
there
why-
for the night.
Ian.
Somebody's gonna need to text Emma to tell her to go.
I'm doing it right now.
Emma's probably asleep.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. there.
Don't text Emma. Let him sleep. He'll watch this later and laugh.
There's gonna be a video
I was
of
just gonna
Ian
say-
sleeping on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just cover him up. Oh, poor
No,
boy.
it's fine. You can't like. He's fine. He's peaceful. He's
Yeah.
serene.
He's vibing.
Ian, I know you can't hear me. I know you don't know what's happening, and it's likely you'll never watch this video, which is fine. Your determination to play needs to be awarded in more capacity than I have to
It's
give you.
like awake.
We will remember Ian for his drive, his passion, his thorough enjoyment of the game of Dungeons and Dragons. And I will never forget him as he falls into this eternal slumber that we find him in. Ian, my dear boy, your memory will live on in the character of Tepartos III. Rest well, my friend. Rest well.
Get yourself a player as dedicated as Ian. It
Yeah.
makes my life a living hell. That's the end of
Ian is the only D&D player I've ever seen. I mean, granted, I haven't been playing virtually for all of that long, but has shown up without a voice, has shown up on an hour of sleep in 2 days, has shown up after dealing with New York transit during Pride.
Don't be like Ian. Take care of yourselves.
Right. Don't be like Ian, but if you're a DM, get you players like Ian.
Fair.
Now, Ian always brings so much energy when he comes and so much just passion and performance quality, and he is a star among us and deserves all of the credit in the world. And I would never say it to his face, but
I can say it to his sleeping.
I can say it to his sleeping brain. Maybe if I talk about him long enough, it'll seep into his dreams. And all he'll see is like me doing like the Mufasa cloud. Just like, remember who you are. Nope. I won't. I won't do it.
Is that your Ian impression?
Yep. It's good, right?
No.
No, it's not. Nope. Impressions are really hard.
They are. They're not voice acting. They're different.
It's not what I mean. It is voice acting, but it's not like voiceover. It's a whole different thing. And I didn't study that. I don't know how to do that. I barely know how to voice act. For myself, I rewrote everything about this enemy on the fly as soon as those dice were rolled.
Really?
When I originally wrote this, it was a dumb meme thing that I made, and it was literally the villain was called the Meta Assassin, and it was going to be this villain that showed up in this super quirky way and was like, I see you're a level 13 character. You know, you're 12 levels of warlock and 1 level of cleric. Yes, I have seen through your clever ruse. And then as soon as you rolled the dice, and I was like, okay, this is the character they're coming for. I was like, this could be so much more.
Especially with Lysander? Holy shit. I can
do so much more.
It's 11 levels of warlock, not 12. I'm a level behind.
Yeah, that's fair.
Actually.
Hey, Trap. Actually.
Hey, Trap. Have me on your show. Okay, thanks. Bye. Man, that'd be my dream. That's like top 3 things I want to go do in my life.
Alex, keep complimenting how cool you made this upcoming fight.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted. No, it went from a dumb meme to something that I think has turned into a really fucking cool story point, and that has shifted the tonality and did shift the tonality of this recording session from all of the chaotic energy and everything that was going on. And it was a lot of fun. We were like happy, we were joking around, everything was just chaos. And then you could just feel everybody get pulled into it. And that felt fucking awesome. That I could come up with something that would have that effect over the course of an hour or so while focused on DMing the game at the same time and just coming up with this concept and rolling with it and letting it roll off the dome and DM. And I'm really proud of myself for how it turned out. And I'm really excited for next week when this kind of plays out and we see how it goes. Because
this is only day 2, day 3 of travel.
This is day 3 of travel, baby. You got 7 more to go.
Anywhere close to the fucking cathedral.
Oh man.
And that's like, and we've only been to one other plane. We're like a 1/6 of the way through the subquest of the quest. And this is a subquest within the subquest.
If we hadn't taken so long in Dandyland, we could be done by now.
Campaign would be over. We'd be rolling on to campaign 2, like, woo!
Yeah, but would it have been as fun? Like, would we have had?
He shifted. He. Hi, Emma.
Hi, Emma. Can you wake him up?
I told you I could have messaged Emma.
Yeah, and you're still on camera.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Put it on my OnlyFans.
Put it on Ian's ASMR OnlyFans.
You have to leave this in this video, Krista. You have to.
Hey guys, love you all.
Love you too.
Take that man to bed.
my god, I'm dying here.
Good night, Ian.
Hey,
Good
buddy.
night, Ian.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
That has to be one of our TikToks. Fuck. Just
God.
that interaction.
Oh
Just-
god.
Oh, he's still here.
With a voiceover of "Get you a player that's this dedicated."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Bubba.
Everybody at home, thanks for watching. You watch the compliment episodes for good bits like that. Because we only get worse at late hours of the day.
Yeah, it was either gonna be that, like Emma coming to wake him up, or the woman ending the recording, waking him up.
Yeah.
oh, that would have been awful.
Yeah.
He'd wake up screaming, "Alex was right."
But no, seriously, guys, thank you for watching all this stuff. Watching the show, doing that thing. We reached
Also,
90.
Sorry, I wanted to do a special shout out. When you comment on our videos, we notice, so a huge thank you to both Bo and Whisper. You comment on everything, and I get so excited, and I sent it to the group chats, and we love it very, very much.
And Sabrak, who just started watching, and I was already
Yeah.
commenting and interacting. Thanks. Like, all
So,
of
like,
you,
we
it means
see
so much.
you. We see you, and it makes us very happy, so thank you.
Yeah. You want to chat with us? Do it in the comments. Tweet at us.
Please.
Stay tuned for future announcements of other stuff that may be happening. It will be happening as soon as I have less workload than I do right now.
Yeah, continue with your
Um,
announcement, because those are also super cool.
Yeah, we hit 90 subscribers as of the day of recording.
Woo!
Thanks to Zach's mom. We'll take it. Everybody counts.
Oh,
She
yeah?
watched the show. She's catching up.
So excited.
We're at 10 subscribers away right now from getting our own custom YouTube URL, which is dope on our rope. We are
This
killing
last
it.
episode was also our 50th episode.
50 episodes.
50.
50 episodes. We're basically at the same place Critical Role was at 50 episodes. So
Are
fucking
we?
crushing it. No, not even close. Not even remotely. But we did not have an entire community that was let them know of our show and already had a major following when we started. So you know what? I
Oh,
take the wins.
I thought you meant like narrative wise. We're nowhere near where they were in like reach.
No,
It's okay.
dear God, no.
We're small but mighty.
That's right. We're
something.
fucking
Dedicated.
yep.
Thank you all.
Thank you all
our
so
lovely
much.
and dedicated fans. Like, comment, subscribe. Check
Do
us
Ring
that.
that
out.
bell.
We love your faces.
We'll see you next Wednesday for the dice that bind us.
Bye.